All right, folks, welcome back. We are going to enter. We're going to do our final prompt. It's prompt 31, and the prompt is landmark. And I've gone through so many landmarks. So, because it's convenient, there are lots of landmarks left, So, this time, the inspiration is intersection. And I think it's very symbolic at this point. The reason why I thought about intersections is, well, I mean, what more poetic way to end Inktober 2024 than basically bringing in a symbolic gesture of the intersection of cultures, right? I am American born. However, the theme and my interest of this year was the intersection of Chinese and Japanese culture. So, this last part is not going to be like a crazy demonstration of technique or skill or exploration or something like really taxing. We're gonna take it easy, finishing strong, but more in a sentimental value way. So I'm quite literally going to draw or kind of represent two photogenically iconic intersections, one in Shanghai and the other in, I guess it's still Tokyo, right? Well, specifically Shibuya, right? Shibuya. So two intersections, two very different intersections. And I think it's a great capstone to another great month and another wonderful year. I think the intersections, especially human, man-made, the Anthropocene, man-made intersections are quite marvelous achievements. If not chaotic, it kind of embodies the whole idea of one's thoughts. There's a chaos and organization to its chaos. One step back, it can look incredibly chaotic and overwhelming. When you break it down, that's what you do in art, right? So we're going to be drawing two intersections, two very different types of intersections. And I'm going to be pretty chill about it. So, let's start with one. Outside of the intersection elements, I think we're going to do like pointism. Throw a bunch of spatter and splatter a bunch of paint onto the screen to celebrate, see what we can get looking right. So let's start by, honestly, maybe we can start with a black canvas this time. Yeah, let's do a black canvas. Wait, does that work for the other thing? Kind of. Oh, that's okay. No, that's okay. Okay. So let's do the first one. How should I do them? I guess we're gonna do them side by side. Oh, do I cut it this way? Might work. So let's make them as they are now. Sec. Good old perspective coming back to haunt me. Don't have to be exact. It's gonna be more of a like an artsy representation. In fact, I think I would have been a little bit wise to do in vector. I think that's fine. Give me a little general scale. Okay. That's done. Like that's about it, really. Interestingly, no. Okay. Uh-oh. No. No, no, no. No. Oops. Yeah, let's do a vector layer for this one. I end up shrinking it down anyways. Okay. So how do I hit enter? Oh. Where does that even go? This is so chaotic. Like, oh, what the... Oh man. The marvels of human engineering. This would be impressive. Even knowing which one's which. No. One is definitely more elegant than the other. Okay. Alright. A hold. The question is, did I get everything? No. Um. Oh, wait. I see. It's already confusing looking at a static image of it. Why is this off by... The starting point of that is off my... Oh, no, never mind. Just kidding. Holy heck, I've confused myself. Alright, hold up. All right, let's go in. Why is this one so large? Oh. This is ridiculous. Why did I think this was gonna take a... Why did I think this was gonna take a little bit... Wasn't gonna take very long. Sure. Oh no. I regret everything. I realized that I don't really need a lot of points. Come on. I see it. I'm slowly seeing the vision. Oh my gosh. Please let me click. What is this? Okay. It would be good. Fantastic if I can click on the thing I want to click on right now. Okay. Fantastic. Okay. Oh, please, not that one. Okay. Which one is this? Oh, yes. I do want this one. Wait, this one's kind of complicated. Okay. Well, alright, I suppose. Yep, that definitely needs a point. Oh, whatever. Good enough. This is so chaos. I thought this was a great idea. Alright. Can you see it? No. I wouldn't blame you if you don't. Okay. Wait, what the heck? The madness. The madness. WT heck? Okay. I think that makes for a pretty... Yes. Hey. Not quite the same size, but I'll take it. Alright. We got that part. Now that we got that part straight in, now let's do something about this craziness here. Okay, so all right, and then we have seemingly roads leading to oblivion. What we have right now. Okay. Idoki? Man, things really clean up, don't they? Okay. All right, now that Look at how absurd that is. Look at how absurd that looks. All right, and then we're gonna cheat a little bit. We're gonna do what we did on that road thing, what we learned about our road thing. I like it. Yeah, we're gonna make this a black background. Oh, wait. But before we do that, Hmm. Okay, we'll use a gray background. Maybe a gray background. That'll do. Yeah. So, um, hmm. Yeah, I think the emphasis is the pattern itself, and the rest I'm gonna dabble a bunch of things here and there to make it look like there are things here and there, and then that's it. That's how we're gonna do this prompt. Get down this part. Okay. What is this part? How do we do this? I think the easiest way to go about it is probably take one of these, take this, start small, right? Oh boy. Oh, you know what? Oh, I have oh no, I have a brilliant idea. Hold up. Let's say we do this, right? So like, where's our perspective? It's here. Is this long? Is this thick enough? You had a lot of trick-or-treaters? Oh, that's cool. My father does this thing. My father does this thing where, when when there aren't any trick-or-treaters, he would like literally walk outside and find trick-or-treaters. Give them candy. Like, well, we have this candy. It's not like we're gonna eat it. Hang on. This might work. Hold up. So, let's say this might work. Let's try this strategy. So, I'm gonna, right. I want to do this all the same length. Right. Yes. It's not quite blocky. It's fine. So, right. I do this. Maybe I should have extended a little bit longer. And then if I take this, right? If I take this part and I do perspective. Son of bee sting. No. That doesn't work. We can't do it that way. I have to do this manually. I don't have a clever way of doing this. We're gonna have to do this manually. Send help. At least I only have to do this element. Your house is kind of famous for the overboard decorations. I quite like them too, but my only complaint is I can't get my motorcycle out of the driveway because there are too many. I see. So, what have you learned? So, what have we learned? I could see her doing what I'm doing instead, if you wanted. Sitting here, drawing lines between two parallel lines. What is life? To decorate in moderation? Yes. Yes. When you have your own place. Oh. So it's not necessarily... Oh. Alright, alright. You get a pass. Okay, you get a pass. So it's not necessarily... Yeah. I see. I see. Fair enough. Fair enough. Ugh, this would do. It's crazy about that. I have to do this so many more times. Ugh. Ugh. Save me. Okay. We're doing the easy one. Oh, wait. Oh, wait. Does that work? No, it doesn't. Because I'm a pep and I... Oh, man. This crossing isn't... Oh, it's not symmetrical, is it? No, it's not. Oh, man. I thought maybe I could... For this one, I think I can mirror. But no, the other ones are different sizes. What the heck? Japan? Japan. The heck, man. Oh no, and it's kind of angled. Oh no, so it's kind of like this. Perspective is gonna kick my butt. The complicated thing about this is there's lines running in a specific direction. However, the perspective doesn't mean it's going towards like a vanishing point. It's the crosswalk itself is pointed differently than the perspective. So, oh no, I don't even. It's okay. It's gonna do the trick. So. Yeah. Oh my goodness. This is like the perspective nightmare for me. I definitely do not. I definitely do not understand perspective. So we're gonna be doing a lot of throwing I'm gonna be throwing a lot of random paint at it. I see what I have, what my problem is. Does it matter? Does it? Wait, can I? Hold up. Can I? Can I take this? Ah, but then it like makes it all. Oh no 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 no! It doesn't matter. We're fine. Let's go with it. Are there really? No, I think I'm putting too. No. I feel like I should have chunkified it. Oh yeah, the center things. These guys are too far apart. No turning back now. It's up to my up to my ingenuity to mask all of this in pure darkness. That's good enough. All right. Does that help? You know, having a grid would have been a great idea. You know, that very convenient function. I would know exactly how far apart I am. Matter now? Not really. My perspective is all sorts of foobarred. Ugh. It also is a consequence of me being too loose with these shapes. I'm like, it's close enough. Only to realize mistakes were made. So, since you've been looking at costumes, right? You got any highlights? Any highlights? Doing this task. There is a somewhat of a chaos organization to this. It is deliberate. I don't know how well I'm going to capture the... Apparently makes you appreciate professionals who draw lines and whatnot, right? On like pavement and roads. Although I did watch my fair share of those unusually satisfying videos on where they go about doing that. Okay. So now that we've got that out of the way, I think it's time to do our dabble stuff. Okay. So honestly, the prompt is more or less complete the moment I color in all black. Let's swatch up the target. Let's swap up the focus for now, because a little crazy. Okay. So okay. Yeah, we're gonna go in and on a brush and swoop places. That's what we're gonna do. Not sure if this is gonna get the effect that I want the moment I change it to all black. We'll see. Okay. I suppose. Hmm. Hmm. Okay. I have no idea what I'm doing. This may or may not create a kinda thing that okay. Hmm. I'm just here cutting corners, you know, cutting corners as much as I can. Oh no. Oh, come on. I screwed up. No. I think we're fine. We'll work with it. Okay. Okay. Yep. No idea what I'm doing. Okay. Oops. Wait. Where was this? Oh. Okay. I think probably all I'm gonna do for that. And then we're gonna do our thing from the road exercise. Road. How did we go about this? I think we did. Separate prompts, separate things. I did say I was gonna make this into a shortcut at a later prompt. No. So waiting for a year, and here we are. I was gonna make like a idle, like the cars are idle kind of thing. However, looking at the time, not it, I won't be able to get it done. Time. Put it under the blue. Oh, that's the color block actually. Yeah, so um hmm. Um Almost I was gonna do something. Hmm. Oh, right. Really make this completely black and see what it looks like. This part. Should have a really interesting effect. All the lights. Okay. All right. Pretty good. Pretty okay. Gotta do maybe. That's not how that works. No, that's fine. Whoops. just gonna use this thing. I really liked this thing last time. Was it this? Or was it this? Ooh, might have been this. Yes. Yes. It's a little too big. This change with size? Oh, it does. All right. I think that's good enough for that one. All right. So I guess we're gonna try to do this one. "19 minutes left? Boy. Yeah. All right. We're gonna use some similar things to unify them a little bit. All right. I think we're gonna place fire group. What? Oh no. Okay. Just kidding. Hold. Okay, here we go. All right. So, the best way I can think of doing this is all right. Let's try to cut some corners here. So one thing I can see is all right, we're gonna all right, let's see if I can get this. I've done this once before. It was like okay. It turned out okay. Oh boy. Remove that for a moment. Boy, howdy. That is not going the way I'm thinking it's going. I have to add a bunch of things. Okay. I don't know how this is gonna. I don't know. The alternative is to is to Oh no. Oh no. This is too difficult. Oh boy. Um hold up. So what happens when I Yeah, I just realized. That is that is too difficult. And then no, and that's way too difficult. Way too long. I was gonna do just this. It requires so much more precision. And I would like. Yeah, that's too much. It's too difficult. Too much. Can't do it. That's not it. Where the heck? Oh wait, it is it. Is that? Oh. I think hmm. Hmm. Hold. Hold. Um. Hmm. Is this Shibuya? It just clicked in your sleepy brain. Oh yeah, it's supposed to be Shibuya Crossing, but I was gonna avoid making buildings, but this is as good as I'm gonna get it. Oops. Uh, it is so complicated. That pattern is just iconic. Apparently, there's been a lot of crackdown on the partying there in recent. Yeah, I mean that's what I'm relying on, right? The the iconic pattern. However, I was thinking, oh, you know what? Maybe I should try doing some like building and throw in some colors here and there, and it'll look all right. And then I realize it doesn't look. You know, I was just gonna do like the one up here, but oh, that's not happening. I'm trying to capture as many striking features as I can see. And then create so much noise. So much noise. Until I run out of time. Which I have ran out of time like 8 minutes ago. So okay. It'll be sad. Yeah, Inktober will be a sobering thing. Yeah, it's kinda how it goes, you know. Until next year, you save. Gotta save up, right? Save up that energy. It's actually pretty crazy how as long as you have the orientation of like what you're looking at, how little strokes become so identifiable, if you know what I mean. So you like know your eyes are filling in. What these things are, what I'm doing here. That's why I was kind of relying on in my intuition on how to do this. But yeah, as you can see, even doing it this quickly is incredibly, it takes an incredibly long time to do. I mean, obviously, I suppose I could have done black and white and whatnot. That was actually something we covered today in Anatomy of the Eye. The brain fills in information and the retina is an extension of the brain. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yep. There were a lot of there was a in terms of psychology and philosophy, there was a lot of whenever I talk about or I don't know, get into a random internet spat with someone about perception, you know, what people see and whatnot. There was a research article that came out not too long ago. I was talking to one of my younger friend of mine. I was talking about the impact of what this research suggested, and um, there's a I don't quite remember all the details, but it was a study should be showing like double blind study about showing people images, right? And in what way do they take a 1 second? They take a like a scan, a brain scan of the entire brain, like what lights up, right? To as a comparison, and what they do is they give the people in the study different types of experiences. One auditory or one image, and then another image, and then giving them specific images mixed and matched, and telling them to imagine something and not imagine something, and compare the brain scans. And without, because I don't remember all the details, um, what happened, what was shown to be very obvious, is that when you see an image, the literal image itself does not match up with the literal image you saw for the first time. So what I mean by that is If you're looking at a photograph and you're like, okay, that's what I see. It some neurons fire and whatnot, and you're like, okay, that's what I see. So after a while, you get pre-exposed or not exposed to a different image that's related or not related, and then that person gets shown the image again, and the way the person sees that image again is no longer the same, or it doesn't elicit like a very it is significantly different enough that there's a point in time where when someone says, I see something, and then another person says, oh, I see that too, it is very unlikely that those two people saw the same thing. Even when so that's why we use, language and stuff to communicate the general idea of what people see. As in, oh, that's a house. It's like, oh yeah, that's a house. It's a red colored house. Like, well, that's kind of orange, etc. And it goes fairly deep. So the idea about like expression, arts, and whatnot, I talk about that quite a lot because that is what you're trying to communicate when you're learning a language and composing music, right? Composing music, drawing art, you're capturing what your brain is processing. The eyes are subjected to the very similar filters that maybe not to the point of music and art. However, when you look at a picture, sometimes it elicits music, right? If you look at sound, you can imagine an image, that kind of thing. So at the intersection, this was my gimmick or my theme here. The last prompt I was going to do is a famous intersection. And the thing about intersections is that this is an intersection of art and culture, right? And that this is how I view, in my opinion, how I view art. It is an intersection of expression. It's convoluted, like the intersection in Shanghai, and it can be sometimes organized, but very eclectic and organized chaos, like Shibuya's crossing, right? And that's kind of the idea behind this prompt. It really is fascinating, isn't it? Eyes are so far removed from cameras, they pick up on what your brain wants to some degree, right? And yeah, so does your ear, right? All your senses go through your brain. So then people would ask, like, so then does that mean you can't trust a person or agree? Or no, it's a way of expression. And it's like, well, then how do you do it? It's like evidence. That's how science, empirical science, come to be. Evidence-based observations. We have recording devices that are to capture that thing. Whatever we see at the very moment a human interfaces with something that is an objective device, it is no longer objective. It is an interpretation of what you see. Because even your eyes seeing the same photograph that is recorded similarly may not be seen exactly the same way, right? Not that it is significant enough to like functionally be debilitating to like a court of law or something. It is not, it can be negligibly different from each other. Like if you see a building that the primary structure is the thing that captures your attention, like what I'm doing here in art, which, I know very little basics of art. I think how I capture art and express art is based on how I understand when people look at an image, what is it that you need to have to capture to convey the idea? And I think that's how my art has come to be. And it really interfaces with understanding how people behave, what they see, what they often interpret, what they're likely to observe, and whatnot. So that's kind of what art means to me in a way, and it's a language in its own right, right? Um, someone here's a little interesting tidbit. Someone asked me, like, what do you think is more important, spoken language or written language? And they were already, obviously, they were either looking for affirmation or rebuttal ready, and they were leaning towards spoken language because they have this whole like built up narrative. And my first thought, it wasn't a very long, deep discussion, so we're not going to go into too deep here. That person said like, oh yeah, you know, and it seemed like they were leaning on spoken language, like because the first thing you hear, and you hear a lot of things, and and my only thought immediately when I talked to this person is I stopped this person dead in his tracks and said, I suppose you don't know how blind people communicate. I mean, or deaf people communicate. Like, my immediate thought is like, I don't. You're there are lots of senses. So forms of expression any senses go through the filter of your brain, and your brain forms that communication. So in fact, there are people who are partially deaf and partially blind at the same time and form communication, right? So that's kind of one of those things. You hear what you want to hear, you see what you want to hear or want to see, you believe in what you want to believe. It's a fascinating thing to be human. The brain is such a fascinating organ. And understanding the brain and whatnot really does give you a lot of command. You know, on how to do things, at least in my opinion. This is probably the end of my prom. I'm not gonna get it. Like, this would take so long for me. So I think this is sufficient enough. And the reason why it's colored this way is because this is supposed to be a night shot with the prominent... This is supposed to be a night shot with the prominent thing being entirely illuminated, which is not the people. The people is supposed to be distractions. So the effect that I'm going for, which I don't usually explain because it's kind of nice when it comes together, and sometimes it doesn't. So I think the art that I'm trying to do is definitely less about what art fascinates me. It's less about the technique and the genre, but more about how I can communicate what I want, what shows up to my mind, right? When I look at Shibuya's crossing, for example. And that's kind of I mean, like, one could argue like, oh, well, that's exactly what art is. Like, you are trying to express what you see, right? And I'm like, yes, exactly. So in a way, I got to my same appreciation or a similar appreciation for art, but through my own interest. And if people don't understand that, then that's the way it goes, right? But really not much more you can discuss about that. Yeah. So the whole idea was to capture the prominent thing, which is a landmark. The prop is landmark, and I believe Shibuya's crossing, the landmark is the most prominent thing. Oops, oof. Make sure not to do that. Is the most prominent aspect of this composition. The people and the background was supposed to complement it. So now I'm gonna do something that I kind of cheat a little bit. I'm gonna cheat a little bit. Oh, actually, hang on. I need to. I was gonna like put up lights. Maybe I should put up lights. Are there lights? Yeah, there are kind of lights everywhere. I don't know. Let's just throw up. Yeah, it's become better every day. Well, you're welcome. And it's nice to have someone who's willing to also share as well. In any regards. You know, sharing enriches the mind, and it's kind of lovely to have company. All right, then now we unified it, and then hold. Okay, all right, and then just gonna more on this in a bit. The idea is I'm gonna fade this a little. Oh, that's a different. Where is this? I'm using I'm using that thing where it helps me what I would call denoising. I'm gonna denoise this. Oh, oops. Didn't mean to do that. That's okay. Ooh, actually, interesting. Wow, making them prominent actually is pretty nice. Where's the... Wait, where did I place this one? Whoa, wait. Hold. Oh, wait. Right, it's blocked. Yeah, that's fine. Okay. Nope. What in the... Oh... Wait. What? Where is this? Oh, no, wait. What? What? Where? Where? Okay. 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 It's fine. Okay. All right. I think we're gonna tidy this up too. Hang on. I wanted to... I need something sharp. Right. Actually, before I do that... I can take these prompts separately and dang it. I went a little too aggressive. Okay, that cuts off, that cuts off. Cut this off. Cut this off. Right. Then we're gonna repair it. And how does one do that? Just gonna take a black. That is, that's not what I intended. Yeah, that's about it. That's about it. I could do. Oh no. Yeah, I guess we can do like a sharp. Oh my gosh, where is that block at? Is it this one? Where are you? Where did I place you? Yeah, what is this thing? Oh, that's intriguing. I don't know what that thing is. This is where I like clean up everything as much as I can. So, it kind of looks like it's very neat. Like we have to clean up and make it look sharp. We take a eraser. Oh, no. No. Just kidding. Just kidding. We're not doing it anymore. This is it. This is the final one. It's the final. I can't do. Okay. I do like placing those bubbles. I definitely need to mess around with lens flare some more. I need some lens flaring in the future. Oh, and bokeh, you know? I haven't done blurry into the distance at all either. I realized I didn't do that as well. I could make like a general shape, take a perspective, and then make the background blurry intentionally to capture the building without, if I don't have enough time, right? If I don't have enough time for the prompt. There's so many interesting things. We'll think about it for next year. So many interesting things. But yeah, intersections. Culture, language. That was the theme this year. Alright, so landmarks. Go find landmarks. And then we put a feather in a cap in another excellent year. Right. Landmark. Is there a word for landmark? Landmark guide. I wish to know a landmark nearby so I can find my way there. Me Jiroshi. And 2. Goal. Oh, that's not type of landmark. Mark guide. Yes, she put a red ribbon on her umbrella as a mark. A trademark. Landmark guide. Yeah, I think we're gonna go with that. Let's see what the Chinese say. Mejiroshi. Landmark. I had low expectations for this prompt. I wasn't quite rested for this. Did the best we could. Landmark. 地标 not what I'm looking for. Earth, mark, symbol, label, sign. Survivor's pole. Landmark. 界标. That doesn't sound like I would. Landmarks used during the song dance. Okay. Yeah. I think 地标 is fine. Earth, and then a mark, symbol, label, or sign. Japanese did not use that. They used C. They use I. Is there a earth? No earth. Intriguing. So Japanese went with I. Mark and guide in I, and then Chinese went with a mark in the earth. Interesting. And this is why the reason why I save space on both sides. Actually, let's write them both down here. Intriguing. How they differ. It's been quite a journey. Looking at the kanji and hanzi for these things too. Okay, guessing it's so. Wait, yes. So they use me, I, and jiroshi. Okay. My meh is so gigantic. WT heck. I better... Nah, there's no way it can be any other stroke order, right? Then we have the Earth, the this size is throwing me off so hard. It looks fine. And then the Yao E. I haven't found my ideal like brush, digital brush for complementing my like stroke to get like the nice down slash kind of stroking stuff. Not yet. All right. Last one. Until next year, there may be an occasional time that I'll be doing art, but it's not like this type of art. It's not expressive art. It's more for like general purpose, you know, emotes or banners or something. Something will come up at some point. Yeah, there you go. There you go. Not too bad. 2 prompts in a day. This one was actually a lot on the shorter side. I really like the violin one. Earlier today, the violin one. I think that exudes what I typically do most. I have the cleanest execution on things like this, where I take an object, I embellish it to elicit an emotion, and then use lines to create flow, right? That's if it's small enough, if the prompt is small enough with enough time, this is probably something. I think the closest thing to this was actually I started with a backpack was very much similar to this. What did I learn? So here are a few. You know, hang on, let me save this. I can do like a end of Inktober summary. I should really do an end of Inktober summary for myself here. Let me save this, and then we'll have I'll reflect upon it. So some things that I've come to really enjoy is repeated repetitious strokes, and the most interesting one that I had is this one that I've relied on substantially. It's a very specific brush actually. So I have a very specific rough brush that I use to texture in a way where I have enough control over how heavy it is and how light it is. Like yesterday's prompt when I was drawing leaves, I really got the feeling of it, where I could drop the brush and swipe away and lift as I do the brush. So this brush has become easily one of my staples, the rough brush. Then we really got into shading. So we have this marker thing that didn't quite work out as well. Then anything else new? Ooh, I really like this line thing too. Here, I used quite a lot of texture, like stamps and things, over the course of this Inktober. A lot more. Something that I don't do very often is like black and white, red, which is it's very Japanese. What else is new to the game this year? Another new to the game is definitely vectoring. So I think this is probably where I would go to vector. I keep running out of time though. Generally speaking, vectoring for me is going to be at the end stage. So this is probably the cleanest because everything was done in vector, right? There's something really elegant about that. So I've combined the two approaches very often. Like some things are hand brushed, some things are like supposed to elicit that vectoring thing. And I think the violin thing really demonstrates that. If I had time, I'd probably vector the outside and vector the flowers. Instead, I did them by hand, which turned out pretty alright because the objects are small, or at least small enough for me. So the idea is I'm always combining. So my rudimentary style, like if I had to stay in my comfort zone, probably vector outlines, bold vector outlines, 3 layers of like texturing. So one would be like a rough brush, a pencil shader, or a side marker shader, right? That has layer and opacity. Then the top, then the next layer on top would be a secondary like highlighter. So I would do the shadows first, then the highlighter on top, and then I would use like some sort of screen tone on top of that. And for light sources, it's usually one directional light, one large directional light that is white and black, and then use 2 separate colors that are complementary to the composition. So the violin is a great example of that, where I shaded based on white and black volumes on the violin itself, and then I use ambient light or directional lighting or whatever from the left and the right, which happens to be the yellow and the pink. That's the complementary color for the elements that are actually not necessarily on the violin. It kind of looks like it might be, but not really. It's like kind of floating. And that's kind of using that same striking technique that I rely on a lot, where I outline the thing, make it so that it's contrast with all the finer line details in the outline. And then the backgrounds are often lots of spatter of art, right? Like colors and stuff. So that's more my jam, like spilling a paint bucket or throwing ink. In fact, next year I'm probably gonna look for more stamps for that very reason, for the very reason of not having to hand do these. If I had a time and I was gonna do all these manual, have like a lot of time and enjoy doing it, I would do it all manually. You can probably make all of these patterns and all of these strokes and stuff with a manual brush. There is something really fun about that. However, I am gonna go in, next year is gonna be the year of brushes, probably. Things like I'm looking for a slightly different screen tone, looking for some slightly new triple brushes, so like brushes that have more than one line per stroke. I think sometimes it kind of got in the way when I tried to. I think the one that got in the way the most was probably this one. Like, I needed to understand what are the limitations of doing certain things. I didn't do light sources a lot, like little particulates and whatnot. I do enjoy spray paint stuff. So if anyone has been watching like the viralness of YouTube, like YouTube shorts and whatnot, or street art, or people who do street on the art and street art, there's a lot of spray painting. So the spray painting, these particulates and stuff, when you do them in a very specific way, it's chaotic. Digitally it's not chaotic because it's a fixed pattern. Like, what you mean is it's programmed, right? So there's a order to it. The nice thing is if you can manipulate it enough, it effectively operates the same way, where you would take like a bowl, spray paint it on a canvas. So much of my art lately has been using canvassing, trying to juxtapose noise like this. I was going to make like a multicolored splat or something, and that's something I am imitating because digital art is not practical art, so I can't necessarily, not yet, not that I know of. However, someone out there might have designed something like, hey, I want to make a splat, like I'm throwing something on the canvas and then like having it streak across something, or like, so far all the tools that I have are trying to imitate a lot of that, which that's kind of the idea, right? I'm trying to do what I see practical artists doing, and then trying to do it digitally. And that's been pretty much all the fun things that I've been doing for a while. I think I have 3 or 4 new things that I can do. Maybe 4 or 5 new staple tools. I think one thing that I dropped this year was watercoloring. It's the type that I haven't done a lot of even in previous years, but maybe we'll explore how to grab watercolor. I think the most extensive watercolor I've done wasn't from this year. It was, I think the one that I enjoyed but struggled with the most was this one. This is probably the one that I used the most watercolor. Not all watercolor, but the most. And boy, actually, I lied. Well, sort of lied. This one went pretty well this year. Yeah, this one went pretty well. The background went pretty well. That is using a watercolor imitation. So the background on this one did well. I really like these little bubble things. That's what I thought about at the end. I'm like, oh, I kind of like these bubble things. We need more like prominent light sources. Anyways, lots of techniques to bring into the future. Now, as something worth saying, much like language learning, it's not like I don't do art, or what I mean is I don't think of art. Like, my brain just turns off for the next year, I actually think about art all the time. So when I'm watching anime or looking at the latest and greatest trending shows, I think about those artwork. So I don't really come into every year blinded, as in like blinded by not brainstorming things. I come in with lots of ideas, and then the prompt is what determines how well I explore those concepts. Yeah, it would be really, really fun to see what an artwork would look like if I spent more than a day on it. There is an idea for next year, is if I upgrade my computer, right? If I have lots of virtual memory, you know, other things, I could try to unify the entirety of the month's work into a singular piece and do, like, I don't know, the interesting infinite zoom thing where I would make a really, really large image or a really, really small image and continue to make larger images in which it contains the smaller image of the previous day. And then, you know, zoom out, and then, oh, I made a picture. Oh, this little thing, I could make something in there. So then I zoom back in. The problem with that is that it might actually crash my application. Like my computer is not, like, it's already tough enough for these programs how much virtual memory they require. It's very tough if you decide to cram all the elements necessary into a singular prompt. I actually did manage to crash Krita a couple times because I decided to layer like 40 different effects onto a single like 100 by 100 icon I was making. So perhaps I like the idea of doing one piece. I think that is the goal for next year. One of the things I want to do is make a singular piece that has all the 31 prompts on a single thing. I went out this year thinking I would do that, actually, or attempting to do that. However, the prompts, due to like Chinese and Japanese like ideas and examples, they're really difficult to stick into one prompt. So we'll think about it next year. What is a interesting way to do it? My first, the laziest way or the simplest way I can think of is literally draw the biggest calendar that I can possibly draw, right? And then put the literal prompts in those calendar spots. That's not good enough, you know? That's not good enough. So we'll think about how to organize it so that you can zoom. And the reason why that's so interesting to me is I am effectively drawing a static UI element. So I love UI design. Like I talk about this a lot because video games have UI, and the idea is if you can picture, at least this is how it goes in my head. If you picture the transition from a UI element, like when you click on a button, right? What is the transition? Sometimes you can click on a button and it would expand. So you would like dive into a button, and it would then, as you dive into the button, it will reveal the next element, right? And that's kind of how I picture the zoom in and zoom out thing, where you're creating the layers, and as you're zooming out, you can transition by imagining you're constantly zooming out from this thing. So what does this thing look like really far away, right? If you zoom out, you'll see something that you could use. You could use this pattern. This is a pretty prominent pattern in the thing. So that's kind of why I feel digital art is interesting for this matter. Obviously, you can stand on a canvas and literally stand back or like walk away, which I have done before. When you're looking at something for a very long time, stepping back and then forward gives you a different appreciation. Anyways, lots of wrap up. We have 2 or 3 new brushes in our arsenal. Have a love for texture stamping, and boy howdy, did I draw a lot of landscapes this year. This year I think I drawn over half the days had landscape in it. If I combine all the landscapes I've drawn in the last 3 years, I think it might be 6 or 7. So we drew a lot of landscapes. Lots of landscapes. Great practice. Lots of other things. I have drawn inspiration from previous prompts before, and I like combining them, so it'll only get bigger. Alright, folks. That's a wrap for Inktober 2024. Hope everyone enjoyed their Halloween, and we'll be back next year. There is a chance that I will make more assets and stuff for like a banner or something, so occasionally you'll probably catch me doing some artwork. But for those, I want to say this because there are a bunch of people who will probably eventually ask me like, oh, when are you gonna draw next time? I'm gonna draw next October. That's usually, unless someone is inherently someone incredibly, committed, influential, that I trust, that wants to do something involved in art, one has to sway me by their co-commitments to the craft. So like if I have a friend who absolutely loves art and we wanted to start a project together, not like directly with each other, but along with each other, then I would probably do something as well. It does take away from language learning, and then anything else that I'm interested in will take away from language learning. That's kind of how it works. Inktober is once again, as a final remark, Inktober is a legacy event that was a person that basically I didn't know really well, I suppose, and I still don't talk to them at all. Someone I met online, happenstance, and now it's a thing. It's a thing that's part of my life. I am incredibly committal to things that I acquire over time out of interest. So my art is transformative, and it's to this level now largely due to some serendipitous half-hearted commitment, because the person that originally suggested this idea barely followed through, right? That's the facts. And I mean, honestly, my interaction with that person kind of reflects that. They're very tenuous when it comes to their things. So however, although I recently heard that they got married, so congrats to them. That might be why they were not very committal. I don't know. Who knows? Anyways, there you have it. 31 days. No sweat. Even got a chance to go to a wedding myself, right? So I'll catch all those people who are selectively only interested in art. I hope you continue to make great art, beautiful art, for a year, until next time. And then I would love to see what everyone makes in their year's time. Those who choose to continue to consistently do this as a hobby, right? Don't get me wrong, I talk about art all the time. In terms of literally doing art. I know when I'm tired. And we're here to spend the next year to refuel. Catch you guys in Inktober 2025. Thank you. I'm gonna change gears now.